Hello. Hello, everyone. I'm gonna send out my shares really quickly and then we'll get started. Like always, let me see. Why's my finger itchy now? Oh, I don't know why my finger's itching, but it is. Okay, there we go. Let's send out my shares really quickly. But I hope everybody's having an amazing day today. Okay, let me see. Will it go? Will it go? Oh, no. Okay, there it goes. There it goes. Thanks for the likes. I'm going to wait for everybody to join in. Hi, my name is Kendra. I'm a plant-based lifestyle strategist, if you do not know. I'm here to support you in understanding what is going on with your body and being mindfully conscious as we're consuming. And so I want us to realize the fact that not only are we suffering because of the habits that we have, but we're also suffering as a whole when it comes to Mother Earth because of the habits that we have and how terrible these habits are. And so since we haven't been supporting ourselves, and we don't even understand how to support ourselves at our big old age, because everybody here that is on TikTok, that is on live, you are supposed to be 18 plus. And so we have to sit here and realize the fact that majority of us go 18, 20, 30, 40 years of our life and don't even realize how to actually take care of our body. We truly don't understand our body's design when it comes to being ill or developing a disease. And understanding that if you have an illness or a disease, that means that you, have been doing such terrible habits and you've had such terrible habit patterns when it comes to your body and your health. I cannot find this hair. There it goes. I see it. You've had such terrible habits when it comes to your body and your health that has thrown you off and imbalanced your body to the point where it's no longer healing itself, because your body is a healing vessel. So if it's not healing, there's something that is harming it. And so you have to come to the realization, if you're going to change that for yourself, that the lifestyle that you currently live is not going to help you be healthy. It's not going to help you heal. And this normal, what this society has deemed as normal and what everybody should be doing with these My Plates, Got Milk campaigns, them sitting there telling you the food pyramid needs to be revamped. When are you going to realize that it's throwing off your balance? It's keeping you consistently sick, ill, and not supporting your body and being healthy. And what does it look like to support your body and being healthy? It looks like you knowing that your body is a healing vessel and it should be consistently and constantly healing. And so if your body is not healing itself, then you have some habit, you have something inside of you, whether it's a toxin, the habits that you continuously perform, that is blocking that. And so when you have a block in your life because of your instability, your unstable habits, that's how you develop diabetes. That's how you develop PCOS, fibroids, you have cysts. You sit there and you have insulin resistance. You have high blood pressure, heart disease. All of these things are because of the instability that you have with your habits and how terrible it is when you consume these toxins, these chemicals, these fillers, and you don't even realize that things like citric acid have black mold in them. We don't understand how terrible, truly, our habits are when it comes to our body, and how terrible our habits are when it comes to the earth that we live around us. And so if you wonder what I'm looking at, I'm looking down at my notes. I keep my laptop here just so I can stay on track. We have to, first of all, be consciously aware when we consume and be conscious of what we are actually doing. If you sit here and you don't realize the fact that eating a whole roll of Oreos is more than just you going over your calorie intake for the day, but instead coming to the realization that you eating that whole roll of Oreos is you consuming a whole roll of titanium dioxide, which is a coloring agent to keep it stabilized and to keep it to the color that they want it to be so it doesn't go rancid. But it also is a filler, a toxic filler that is supposed to be a preservative that they add inside of your food, which preserves the color and keeps it from going rancid. And those preservatives affect your internal organs. Those preservatives stay inside of your body because you're no longer releasing and resetting like your body's designed to, because you've never been taught to do these things. then you'll start to realize it's more than just eating a whole roll of Oreos and going over your calorie count. You'll start to understand the fact that you eating the way that society deems as normal, because you can eat this in moderation. It's okay to consume this crap in moderation. They're poisoning you. They're making you not realize that you're toxic on the inside because they store inside of your fat cells. And you're also not understanding that we are also polluting the world around us. Like, it goes deeper than just you littering and plastic use. It goes deeper than that. Because if you do not know, let me shine some light and make some connections for you. Our waste system goes into the ocean. So you dump pills, you take prescriptions, and everything you take supposedly comes out. It's supposed to come out. Now, your digestive system might be off, and that's a different conversation that we'll have in a minute. But if you are regulated and going the way that you need to because you're getting the nutrients that you need, and you're still taking prescriptions, you still eat Oreos, you still eat all of this crap that has citric acid, titanium dioxide, has all these fillers in it, and then you sit there and you know you take Advil and Aleve and Tylenol on a regular basis, you're constantly sick, so you sit there have to take Alka-Seltzer plus pills, you're sitting there taking these different type of prescriptions to support your body and staying healthy or to get rid of an illness or a disease. You pass that. You're passing that along in your system into the toilet, and that sewer system is going into our ocean. And so when that goes into our ocean, what happens? Then these prescriptions go into our ocean. All of these different things that you're passing through your body is going to our ocean. So all those additives and fillers to our ocean. All of these different things that you're passing through your body is going to our ocean. So all those additives and fillers, we have to sit here and realize and gather and make the connections of the fact that we are polluting the ocean because our wastewater goes in there. And how we know this is because of the fact of what's happening currently right now. Because if you do any type of research or look, you can even watch the news, because I'm pretty sure it was on the news, media, and looking and seeing these sharks. Oh God, this little hair right here is going to make me mad. Sharks are attacking people unprovoked. Whales are breaching themselves on purpose because people are helping them get back into the sea, and they're swimming down the ocean, sounding like they're in pain and screaming out, and then breaching themselves again. The water is literally producing a harmful bacteria that is literally toxic to people because a woman lost her leg over this bacteria. Goodness, I can't get this hair. So when are we going to realize? When are we going to sit there and make the connection? Why are the animals fighting back? Why is the water toxic? What is going on? When you make those connections and you see that, for instance, the deep sea animals, the ones that live in the darkness, that don't come to the surface, that aren't seen by us unless you are a deep water diver, are coming to the shallow end and unaliving themselves on purpose, then you'll start to sit there and be like, asking questions, if you even care enough, because a lot of people don't even care enough. But when you care not only about yourself, but you care about the environment around you, you want to know what's going on in the world around you, because these signs are not unrelated to us. Then you'll start to question and you'll start to ask, why are these animals doing that to themselves? Why are these animals unaliving themselves in their own natural environment? You'll make the connections and you'll see it's because their land is toxic. The environment they live in is toxic because we are making it toxic. The people that are over us, that are supposed to be protecting us and this environment that we live in, the world around us, dumps chemicals and waste inside of our ocean and says it's okay because they dump it only in one part. When are you going to sit there and realize, and that includes them too, but they know what they're doing. When are you going to realize there is no separate connection between you and Mother Earth? There is no separate connection between what these animals are doing and how they're acting in our habits. Because we are here to help them sustain and to be healthy and to be able to have an environment to live in. So when we're making the ocean toxic because we're dumping waste, we're constantly consuming pills, prescriptions, supplements, and all these different things, and we're passing it through our body and pushing it out into the ocean because that's where our waste goes. When you're sitting there consistently taking Pepto-Bismol, you're sitting there taking these different type of prescriptions because you're constantly on antibiotics and you're pushing that into the ocean, when are you going to realize that this is also being absorbed through this fish that y'all love to say is a healthier alternative? Y'all love to eat y'all shrimp and y'all seafood boils. When are you going to realize all of this is being pushed into the ocean, and they're consistently and constantly consuming it every single day because that's what's in their ocean. They have nowhere else to go. So as it's absorbing through their skin, because they absorb water through their skin, because that's how they hold on to the moisture if they ever get put on land in order for them to survive for the little bit of time that they have. They're absorbing that through their skin, just like you absorb things through your skin. They're eating the other animals that also sit there and absorb through the ocean's process of water, and they eat other parasites on the ground. They eat all these things. It's an ecosystem. You know how it works because we all went through the school system to learn in elementary. And so you look at the dog eat dog world where they, the big fish eats the little fish and the little fish eats the bottom feeders. They're all eating each other. And then you go out and you get this big old piece of salmon because salmon is the healthy alternative. Not putting two and two together and making the connection. That salmon has been soaking in pesticides all its life. That salmon has been soaking in your Advil and your Aleve and your Tylenol all its life. Your Advil has been sitting there absorbing all of the crap that you eat with this titanium dioxide, with this citric acid, all of these toxins that you eat and you flush out, because if you're regular, you're supposed to be flushing these things. And you sit there and you eat this every single day. You go to the bathroom and the waste goes into the ocean. And then you eat the salmon. It's an endless cycle of passing these toxins on to each other. They're finding sea life that literally have cancer. They've been doing this since 2019, looking up and finding sea lions and other animals that swim deep into the ocean. They have started developing cancer. They open these animals up and it's deeper. Yes, they have microplastics inside of them, but it's deeper than the microplastics. When are you going to realize that you are sitting there literally putting waste in the ocean every single time that you go to the bathroom because of how terrible your habits are? And you're not even realizing and making the connection because your consumption is mindless. You are brainless when it comes to the things that you eat and how you how your food habits are. I was going to say cooperate when it comes, but that's your choice. And so you have to understand that the whales breaching themselves, the sharks attacking people unprovoked, and this random bacteria that is harmful to people is not random at all. It's all connected to one thing, which is people's terrible habits and how awful we are to ourselves. And so in order for you to not only help the marine life that is suffering, but also help yourself, you're going to have to be mindful with your consumption. You're going to have to understand what you're doing when you're sitting here mindlessly consuming things. You have to realize that there is no just going with the flow when it comes to what you're eating and what you're doing, unless you want to be toxic on the inside and you want to be ill and you want to be sick. If you want to support your body in being healthy, you're going to have to know what you're consuming and what you're doing to your body. And so if you are resonating with this right now, tap on the screen and we're going to move on to our next point, because we really and truly have to dive into how toxic our habits are and the consequences from this. And so if you are in the space where you're trying to figure out, okay, so how in the world am I polluting the ocean to the point where these animals are breaching themselves? You're condoning by purchasing and buying into these companies that you know that do not care about you, that constantly poison you with their ingredients. You are mindlessly consuming these things, which is condoning it because you don't even know how to read your labels. And I understand where you are, because the reality is I was once there. I was once one of those people who did not know what I was doing to my body. I didn't understand how to take care of myself outside of diet culture. I didn't understand and come to the realization later on in life, but I didn't come to the realization early enough to realize that the reason why I was having knee pain, terrible allergies, the reason why I was literally sitting there suffering with anxiety and couldn't figure out how to get out of the anxious state, going in and out of depression episodes, having panic attacks. All of these things are because your body's not getting the nutrients that it needs, and it's filled up more with toxins than it is the nutrients that provides health. And so in order for you to realize and to start taking care of your body in the appropriate way, in the correct way, you have to be conscious of what you're doing and how you're consuming. You have to support your body. You have to show yourself love with knowing what you're consuming and what you're putting inside of yourself, what you're putting on yourself, being aware of what is on your labels and being able to read it and pinpoint these ingredients, being able to understand that no prescription, no medication is going to get you to the health that you need. In reality, they do not help you heal. They just move the illness to another area. If you're taking supplements and you're not eating the way that you need to be, you're wasting your money and your time taking these supplements, because you have to be eating real whole foods to support your body. If you want to heal, you need to be eating real whole foods like fruits and vegetables. You need to be completely and totally supporting yourself, because if you are not, you will be ill. You will be leading yourself to illness and disease. You won't be in a healthy state of you being able to be discerning, not being anxious, not being on these different medications because you have no other choice in your brain, because now your doctor has told you you develop diabetes, because now your doctor has told you you're insulin resistant. All of these different things they tell you that they diagnose you with, if you do not realize this, I'm going to burst the bubble and make you realize now. These illnesses and diseases are not a lifetime sentence. They're not something that you have to deal with for the rest of your life just because they tell you you have this going on. When in reality, if you want to shift your health and to shift your life, and if you want better for yourself, healing is possible. You just have to educate yourself on actually how to heal. You have to educate yourself on how to take care of your natural body, instead of just taking a momentary Band-Aid, a momentary fix, and going and getting a prescription, a medication, a supplement. Because if you are not doing what you need to do to change your habits so that it leads you to a healthier lifestyle, nothing else, no other Band-Aid is going to support you. Nothing else is going to get you to the space that you need to be at. And so in order for you to release those toxic habits that you have to realize that, first of all, what society has deemed as normal is not going to support you going out to get these fast food places that feed you GMOs, they feed you toxic ingredients, and you think that this is a quick fix for you to be able to eat because it's something fast. You have to go to work. You have to do this. You'll start to realize the fact that, yes, I understand that everybody's busy and everybody has to do this, but you choose for yourself to take the moment and to discern and to realize, am I going to pay a little bit more at a plant-based place for me to be able to get a whole meal that is not going to make me toxic on the inside? Or am I going to take a moment, prepare my food at home, and have something for when I'm hungry? Am I going to fast on a regular basis? You have to take these things into consideration when you're changing your lifestyle. Because if you're not supporting yourself in any of these ways, you will never change your lifestyle. And you continue the terrible habits that you have, which continues you doing terrible, mindless things when it comes to you eating. And then you're going to consciously keep making these choices, subconsciously, I mean. And so it's going to be an endless cycle of you never changing and never helping your body heal. That's how you get the lifetime sentence. That's how you get the diagnosis that you never are able to escape from, because you never change anything. But if you are ready to change and you're ready to shift, it all starts with you becoming conscious of what you're doing to your body and being physically aware of the toxic habits that you have and switching them, reparenting them, reprogramming them, and supporting yourself in reparenting them. Because at the end of the day, this is a journey. This is not something that's going to happen overnight. You're going to have trial and error. You're going to have to change and start educating yourself and learning new different things and trying new recipes, trying new lifestyles, trying new habits. And it's okay. It's going to be trial and error. You're going to mess up. But at the end of the day, when you are motivated, you're going to get yourself and pick yourself back up and get yourself back to the space when you do mess up. Because I've messed up. I've been in this lifestyle for 3.5 years. And literally, it was so funny because I had a dream the other day. I have been plant-based for over 3.5 years. And I had a dream the other day that I ate meat. And in my dream, I was talking to myself. I was crying because I ate meat, and I knew I was going to get sick afterwards because I didn't realize the product had meat in it. And I was telling myself, you'll get past this. You're okay. We'll drink plenty of water. We'll take care of ourselves. And through us messing up, guess what? That doesn't trump our 3.5 years going on 4. At the end of the day, we are still on this journey. Yes, we messed up, but it wasn't intentional. And so I was like talking myself down in a dream about it. And it was so funny to me waking up, sitting there thinking, and I was like, I really was sitting there crying and talking to myself in the dream because I've been there. I have messed up. I have taken the time to wing myself off of dairy and somehow ended up eating a dairy product in the beginning of this lifestyle. And yeah, it sucked in the moment. I was like, dang. But at the same time, it wasn't the end of the world. Here I am over, because that was the beginning of the lifestyle. I'm over 3.5 years in, going on 4. That one little slip up did not stop me. That one little slip up didn't keep me hindered. It didn't end my life. So you have to understand that it's okay to have challenges. It's okay for these things to happen. There's so many different benefits from you going plant-based. And that looks like not only you being able to heal and being healthy, being able to take care of yourself, being able to sit there and spread the healing to others. Because once you realize how easy it is for you to be able to heal and to be healthy, you'll be able to spread that to others. You'll be able to support others. Because I was in that space where I started to get into the lifestyle and nobody believed I was going to stick with it. And I didn't have to prove it to anybody, so I didn't care. And then got 2 years, got 3 years into it. And everybody's like, you're still plant-based? You don't eat meat, you don't eat dairy? And I'm like, no, I don't. And then they saw that I went from being over 200 pounds, couldn't get under 190. Here I am at 160. I'm feeling good, I'm looking good. And they're like, how did you lose all that weight? What did you do? Like, I'm getting all these different questions. And I'm like, it was so easy. All I had to do was switch the habits when it came to the food that I was consuming. I stopped consuming a bunch of chemicals that were making me toxic on the inside and were making me sick. I started to learn and understand how to support my body through the natural foods that I can eat from fruits and vegetables. I started to learn how to recreate every single dish that I used to love in a meat-based, dairy-based form, and made it plant-based. I started to understand that everything that you want to make, you can make it in a plant-based form. You just have to learn the recipe and learn how. And it's not hard to literally take the recipes that you have currently right now at home that you love and you use, if you don't just cook from memory, because I get to the point where I cook from memory, and you can substitute it for plant-based proteins, plant-based nutrients, plant-based dairy. I mean, plant-based cheese, not dairy, but you know what I mean. Literally, anything that you think of that you absolutely love can be made in a plant-based form. I was a dairy lover. I loved milk. I loved cheese. I got away from all that because I learned how to make my plant-based cheese, which is literally pinned to my bio on TikTok. So there's no excuse for you to be like, I don't know how to do this. I learned how to make plant-based milk. I also found other plant-based milk that have no gums, that have no additives, that are not toxic to me, that literally only have, like, for instance, I use coconut milk. But there are other ones, I think it's called milk, that is literally just almonds and water, oats and water. Because there should not be anything else in your plant-based milks. You shouldn't have gums. You shouldn't have phosphates, titanium dioxide. You shouldn't have sodium, whatever's. There is no reason for all these additives in our food. Besides, these companies do not want to lose out on money. And so they know that if this product has to sit on the shelf, it can sit on the shelf with titanium dioxide. It can sit on the shelf with sodium phosphate. But it can't sit on the shelf if it's just oats and water. If it's just sitting there and it's almonds and water, it can't sit there because it'll mold. But if they put all these preservatives in it, they won't lose out on money. They don't have to put an earlier expiration date on it. And they don't care about you. They care about the money, the dollar signs, and they see you as a consumer and a dollar sign. Nothing else, nothing more. They see you as a dollar sign, a way to make a profit. They don't see you as a person that deserves real whole food. They don't see you as a human being that deserves to know how to take care of their body. And I see you because I was once where you are. And I see you and I say you do deserve real whole food. You deserve to know how to take care of your body. You deserve to understand how toxic the environment is and how toxic we are with our habits and why the environment is so toxic. We need to understand how toxic these fast food places are, like McDonald's and Burger King. We know that they're not good for us, but you don't realize how toxic they are to your body. Why does Chick-fil-A's chicken sandwich have 150 ingredients in it? In a chicken sandwich. You have to understand that you do not deserve to be mindless and not being conscious when it comes to the food that you are putting inside of your body. Instead, understand that you are putting yourself at risk for diseases and you are putting your health at risk, all for some food. All because they tell you that it's okay to eat this in moderation. When in reality, if we just take the time to, one, take a breath, and slow down and stop listening to our stomach and start making discerning decisions, which a lot of us cannot because we're so malnourished. Start eating more fruits and more vegetables, and you'll start to see how your body thanks you. You'll start to see how your body shifts. You'll start to see how healthy your body truly can be and how it deserves to be healthy. But it all starts with you wanting that for yourself. If you do not want to be healthier, you're not going to go be healthier. If you don't want to heal from diseases that you have going on inside of your body, you're not going to search for a result. You're going to search for a momentary band-aid that is going to keep you here. But you have to realize that these medications and prescriptions, all they're doing is feeding the disease and managing a disease inside of your body instead of healing it. When you're managing something, that's keeping it around so that it can thrive. That's not helping it heal. So when you manage a disease, you are managing the disease inside of your body, which is keeping you ill. You are putting a band-aid on something that is going to move in another location. Because let's say that you are taking something for high blood pressure. Yeah, your high blood pressure might lower and you be all right. And you take this prescription. You might have to get it upped every now and then. But now you sit there and it's years later after you've been taking this high blood pressure medicine. Maybe your doctor says you've been released from it. You don't have to take it anymore. But now you have kidney disease. Now you have some type of liver disease. You have something going on inside of your body. Thank you for these gifts. That is caused all because you chose a momentary band-aid instead of choosing healing. You didn't choose to support your body the correct way. And this is because you have fed into the programming of what is normal. They're not going to tell you that these things are momentary band-aids, that these are momentary fixes that are going to make you more ill than where you were in the beginning, because they see you as a dollar sign. They see you as a way to make profit. You don't deserve that. You deserve to be treated like a person. You deserve to be taken care of. And in order for you to be taken care of and be treated like a person, you have to first treat yourself that way. You have to first take care of yourself and see yourself as a person. Because nobody else can make you show yourself love. You have to show it to yourself first, and then somebody else can show you love. Yes, these government officials and yes, these people that are above our food industry are not going to actually show you love, but you'll start to realize the fact that how mistreated you have been all of your life when it comes to the food that you're eating because you're malnourished. Because if you are not eating fruits and vegetables every single day and in a form that is supporting your body, and you're sitting there thinking that you can get a side of broccoli and it's only this much, you getting a little bit of green beans and you have meat and dairy and everything else on your plates, you don't know how to take care of your body. You have been fed programming and you don't realize how toxic this food is to you, because dairy throws off your hormones. Meat throws off your hormones. Dairy has all these type of antibiotics and all these different fillers in it. It has coloring agents in it. Meat has heavy metals. It has parasites, and parasites feed on your body. They literally run your body down to the point where you're so inflamed and you're toxic on the inside that you have some kind of disease forming. And if you already have not been diagnosed with the disease, because if you already have a disease, it's leading you to cancer, because cancer feeds on toxicity, and parasites feed cancer because parasites are toxic. So you have to understand that you are not supporting your body if you are not consciously consuming, and you are not mindful of your habits and what you're doing. You are not mindful of the choices that you make, and you are not conscious every single day. But if you are ready to become aware and you are ready to shift that for yourself and you're ready to change this outcome for you, because you do not deserve to develop illnesses. You do not deserve to be diseased up at 30 and 40 and whatever. You do not deserve to have cancer at your young age or whatever age you are, because at the end of the day, you could be 60, 70, 80. You still don't have to develop cancer. I have people in my family that are younger and younger that are having all these ailments and issues, and they don't realize it's because of the food that they're consuming, because we have been passing down terrible habits generationally all of our life. It's been 5 generations, I think, of fast food, at least. And each generation passes down a terrible habit to more terrible habits to more terrible habits. The disease does not run in your family. The terrible habits that are keep being passed down because nobody changes runs in your family. Diseases don't run in your family. Illnesses don't run in your family. It's the terrible habits that link to the disease. It's the terrible habits that feed the disease. That's what's running in your family. Because if everybody else in your family sits there and eats pork and dairy and everything else, and they all develop high blood pressure, they all develop some type of cancer, and you're the only one in your family that does not eat that way, and you change the way that you eat, you won't have cancer. You won't have high blood pressure. Because you know why? Your habits changed. You changed. And so we have to be mindful and understand that healthier food choices are out there for us. Healthier food choices that we enjoy are optional. They are there for us. It's just a matter of us going and getting and seeking it. And if you want that for yourself, come work with me. I can support you. Right now, currently, and it's only going until Wednesday, which is my birthday. It will be literally that link will be cut off on Wednesday. I don't know what time, but I will let you know because I think I'm going to go live again tomorrow. Right now, if you book a one-on-one with me, you get a bundle with me of the one-on-one session. You get my transition to a plant-based lifestyle masterclass replay that is going to support you in knowing what you need to do, why you need to do it, what is going on with our food industry, as well as the fact that after you get those two bundles, you also get my Purge the Poison ebook. And that is going to show you common toxic ingredients that are inside of your food and allow you and support you in shifting your life completely to shift your health for the better, because you deserve better. You deserve to know how to take care of your body. And those are all going to support you in having a healthy foundation and getting away from what is normal and start supporting yourself on the side that the grass is greener. Because you deserve better. You deserve how to know how to take care of your body. And we don't know how because we have been fed programming all of our life. And it's time for us to release that programming. It all starts with us educating ourselves. I've been educating myself since 2020 on our food industry and what's been going on. And now that I have helped myself heal and I'm continuously healing and I'm consciously aware, I'm here in space to be able to help and support others as well. And if you also are thinking that you're like, I want more in depth, like a one-on-one, I don't know if that will support me. You can get my Purge the Poison ebook on its own. You can get the Transition to a Plant-Based Lifestyle Masterclass on its own. Or you can also tap into, if you're ready for a full change and you know that this will support you and you're just truly ready to be plant-based, I have a 6-week program and I have a 12-week program, which is by preference of choice that you would choose, that can support you in totally being walked through how to get into a plant-based lifestyle and how to support yourself from beginning to the end. In the end, it looks like you being sustainable, not ending and not doing it anymore, but sustaining the lifestyle of being plant-based. That program will walk you all the way through that step-by-step of how I got myself to this space and how you can support yourself, because everybody's journey is going to be different, but the strategies that I have can be applied to any and everyone. The tips and the tools that I have can be applied to any situation, because I was a meat eater, I was a dairy eater, I was eating toxic additives and fillers, not reading labels. I was eating ramen. I was eating hot Takis. I was eating hot chips. I was sitting there eating cereal, eating all kinds of sugar, not knowing how to support my body. And then I switched my lifestyle and I started to understand how to truly support myself. I started to understand how to remove the blocks that I had when it came to my health, and started to understand the fact that like I had been so unhealthy for so long. That's why I had developed knee pain in 5th grade. I had never known how to take care of my body truly. I was constantly being fed crap because nobody in my family knew how to take care of themselves. We all were fed this my plate, this food pyramid, this programming. And I know the My Plate is new, but still. We were fed the Got Milk campaign. All of these things are toxic. They're not supporting us. And it's time for us to take action and change. It all starts with us taking action and changing. And so if you want that change for yourself, you'll tap into any service or products that I have is linked in my bio. It's linked in my Instagram, my Facebook, my TikTok, my YouTube. TikTok is not clickable, but you still can get the link. If you have any questions, if you're watching this later on my YouTube, do not forget to subscribe. You can leave me a comment. And if you have any questions that you just don't know, maybe you need extra support, maybe you have a specific question about an illness that is going on inside of your body or a disease, or you don't know which product or service will completely support you, you can leave me a DM on any of my social medias and I will respond to you with any services that I have or the best way that I can that can support you with the knowledge that I have, because truly healing is possible and it's not hard to get to that space. It's not easy to shift your habits completely, but it's not hard to get to that space. It just starts with you knowing and understanding how to do this for yourself. It starts with you understanding and supporting your body through the process. So I hope that everybody has an amazing, amazing rest of your day. I'm going to hop off of here. And I hope that for anyone that is watching this later on YouTube, that you tap into any products or service that I have. And I do have a cookbook that is coming out very, very soon. The pre-sale link is, you can DM me because I don't think it's in all of my links, but you can DM me and you can get the pre-sale link for my cookbook. And if not, I will catch you when I release it. I think I'm gonna release it. I'm trying to release it by the end of the month. I'm not gonna say that as a hardcore date, but I'm really, really trying to release it by the end of the month. So that will truly support you in knowing how to make plant-based recipes and getting in the lifestyle, and supporting yourself through the beginning stages of understanding how to cook and make those meals, because a lot of people have the complaint that they don't know how to cook. And so this will support you in understanding it's not that hard. You just got to get in the kitchen and try stuff. So I hope that you have an amazing, amazing rest of your day. And I hope that you enjoyed this live. And hold on, I'm trying to click this. Peace, y'all. Everybody have a great rest of